Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jesse with Keeping Real Finance, the channel that always has your back and tells it like it is. Well, today's video is a video I never actually planned on making, and I've even got an entire list of other videos that I was going to start doing. And lo and behold, this one just kind of came up based on a tweet that I posted the other day. We're talking about the Jasmy token supply. So a lot of questions have been swirling around this. In the last video that I posted, I thought we had finally bottomed out on that being released. That does not really appear to be the case now. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and investigate this through Etherscan. I'll give you all my conclusions here. I think I've finally figured this one out. It seems like it makes the most sense. So I'm going to give you that in today's video. If you enjoy the video, make sure to hit the like button. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you click the bell, you'll be made aware whenever I post time-sensitive content just like this. And now, let's get it going. All right, so anybody who's been following this channel knows that just a couple of days ago, I posted that I thought it appeared that the bottom was in on Jasmy. The reason that I thought that was I had found a wallet that had, over 2,000 transactions, and it looked like it had been unloading coins from one of these 500 million token wallets. Now, the story behind all of this is that the rumor has been that this is devs selling, developers. So developers selling their share, which are these 500 million token wallets. They basically hold 1% of the supply each, all right? Now, here's what that looked like. Let me show you the Jasmy chart. So looking here on TradingView, this is what I highlighted in the video that, we had a peak on the 24th. We have this huge green bar, big time buying, absolutely awesome. And then the selling was kind of dropping off from there. Really looked like it was leveling out. And what kind of prompted all this was, I figured I'd go ahead and check it. And when I'm looking at it, well, look at that. The selling's going up again, which means that somebody is still unloading tokens. Okay. So all the various charts, they all follow this similar pattern here where you can see the volume, kind of going up like that outside of that spike. So I went ahead and I posted about it on Twitter in this post right here. And I took a screenshot of yet another wallet, another 500 million token wallet that appeared to be totally, unloading the tokens, right? In that wallet, I also tagged Hera Jasmy CFO, see if he wanted to comment. And I got to say that I actually originally recorded a video for all of this last night. And I thought, you know what? Now I'm going to sleep on this. I'm going to dig into it a little bit more and see what I can find out. Now, today is a new day, and Hera has not responded on this one. But if you go down in the various responses here, I know a lot of the community kind of weighed in on this. One of them, Captain Jasmy, actually posted, hey, Jesse, what about this one? And it was yet another 500 million token wallet that was unloading. Going down further, Jarle here from Norway. So he ended up posting that, hey, there's actually 24 of these 500 million wallets. Now, I went into Etherscan. I actually counted more than that. I counted 27 of them, and I counted 10 400 million token wallets. All together, between all of those wallets, we're looking at roughly 17.5 billion tokens. Roughly 35% of the entire Jasmy supply is still out there in these wallets, okay? Now, Jarle made a great point where he said that essentially, what's probably happening here is a smart contract that's just going through them steadily and unloading them. And it's kind of looking like, I think he's right. So that's what appears to be the case. Now, the question, though, is it devs or is it someone else? Okay. So when we go back to the Jasmy chart, so this is the most telling thing, is that you look at this crazy amount of selling here and look where the price is at. It's at, the bottom of the barrel, the flea market price. which tells me that it's either the team selling or it's somebody who was involved directly in the project who got the coins for free, right? Because why else would you sell this many coins this low? Okay. So I went ahead and did some digging, and I think I've figured this one out. Now, the thing here is that Jasmy, to date, really hasn't shared a whole lot of information for exactly what the token release schedule is, what it looks like when those coins are coming out, etc. What they have been doing throughout is getting listed on just about every single exchange you could possibly think of. You know, they're on everywhere. Okay. And so that's kind of where this picks up. So I went ahead and I went to the this screenshot here. This is Etherscan. So this is that post that I think this was the one that I did a couple of days ago here. So you can see where it's 500 million came in roughly 110 days ago, over 3 months ago, and over the last couple of days, it's totally unloaded. Most of this, right? So the question is then is where is it going? So that's what we're going to do in today's video. We're going to follow these transactions to see where indeed they are going to. And this, I think, is the really telling part. So this one right here, look at this. So they're all going to KuCoin 3. So that's interesting, right? So they're all going to KuCoin and then being unloaded from there. And honestly, when you look at the KuCoin chart in TradingView, let me see here. It's not this one. That was Coinbase. I think it's this third one here. Let's click this one. So right here, we've got the KuCoin chart for Jasmy coin. And you can see that selling going up. So we know that tokens are being sent over to KuCoin. Okay, so that's pretty telling right there. KuCoin 3, that's where they're going to, and they're basically going to the open market after that. So let me go back here. Let's see if any of these are any different. We just need this to load a little bit. The interesting thing when you start looking at some of these transactions is they'll come through in like a big number, like let's say this one here at 80 million tokens. Now, when they get distributed, sometimes they'll go into much smaller amounts, and it seems like it's a difference between the exchanges where it's going from there. Let's see this one here. So let's follow this transaction, 115 million out. Where's that going? 115 million out. Where are you going? I wonder if this is the... Okay, so here you go. Jasmy coin. Okay. 1.5 million Jasmy coin. See, here's the 115 million that came in, and here's all these small amounts out. Now, what I've found when I click these small amounts is that typically this is going to Binance. Let's see this one. Where's this one going? Okay, where are you heading to? Is this going to Binance? Look at that, out to Binance 14. So we've now followed a couple of them through to KuCoin and to Binance. Okay. Now let me check this other one. So I think this was the one that Jasmy Society or Captain Jasmy, excuse me. Which one of you guys who posted that? Captain Jasmy posted it. There we go. So this one here, we can follow the same path, right? So let's see where these are going. So this is going to this address here. We'll go ahead and click on that. Let's see how far this goes. I was looking at one of these earlier, and I tracked it to the MEX C exchange. This one, let's see, coming in, going out. Where's this going to? Let's see if this is going to KuCoin or Binance. Okay, this is going out in small amounts here. We'll follow this one. Yeah, you just got to keep following the breadcrumbs and seeing where they lead you to, right? So this is then going to Binance. So those are all Binance related, right? So I think what I've been able to finally uncover here is that I don't think this is devs selling. I don't think that's what this is. I personally, my view, and granted, the team has been quiet on it, which is why I think it's them, partially. So that's one reason, right? They're totally quiet about this. So I think this is them releasing supply. The other thing here is that if you follow these various transactions from the 500 million token wallets, um, they are all going to exchanges. So when I was looking at it the other day on, I think I must have been following it from the actual exchange to them being sold, right? Going back here, you can track it a little bit better and you can see where it's going directly to these exchanges. And so if indeed Yarla is right, and we've got basically 17.5 billion tokens out there that are steadily being sold by smart contract, that would mean that they are going to be adding quite a lot to the supply. Now, the interesting thing here is if you look at coin market cap, let me see here. Let's go to Jasmy. So if we go to Jasmy on coin market cap, let's see. Hopefully that went through. Okay, yeah, so we're loading right now. Okay, so here we go. So on coin market cap, the interesting thing here is that the supply says it's 4.75 billion Jasmy, 10%. And it's been this way for months. Okay. Now, what's kind of funny is that if you click on the circulating supply, it tells you that this is verified, but it doesn't really say from where. From where is this verified? We don't have that. We don't know that. And so, great. So it's verified, but we're not really sure from where. Okay. Now this number 4.754 billion essentially is also the same number that's on CoinGecko. And ironically, on Etherscan, you'd think Etherscan would source this from somewhere else, but Etherscan sources it from CoinMarketCap. So I have seen a couple of different posts that say that this number is wrong. And I think they're right. I do think this number is wrong. So I think this is what it probably was at some point. Now, granted, we don't know when this number was verified because CoinMarketCap doesn't share a date when they verified it. So what I think is happening is I think that there most likely is a smart contract that is going through all of these various wallets and steadily divvying them out because remember, Jasmy is on, every exchange there is, right? It's all over the place. So I think that's what's happening here. And I think it's going to most likely continue to unload unless we hear something from the team saying that no, that's not the case, right? Now, I think this is a fantastic opportunity for the Jasmy team to release an article on something like Medium, AMAs, etc., and share with the team what the tokenomics are and what this release schedule is and what it looks like. If the plan is indeed that this is a smart contract that's steadily unloading 37 wallets, that could be unloading these wallets over the course of this whole year. We could be talking, the price has gone from 30 cents down to 1 cent. We could be talking 0.0001 at some point. And why this is really important is especially for the retail investors who are invested into Jasmy. The average retail investor usually takes a lump sum and they'll buy something. Okay. That is a really bad idea. And the reason why is because of things like this, right? So I advocate for DCA all the way. You never want to put in large amounts of money. And this is exactly why. Because if you put in, let's say $500, $1,000, whatever, you put it in a month ago. Well, today it may be worth, $100 because the supply keeps on increasing, even though coin market cap makes it look like it's not. Okay. So that's where Jasmy, the team, needs to come forward and say, hey, we want to be transparent with our investors. Here's our plan. Yes, we are releasing coins. We plan to release up to the following amount or whatever, or the following dates or years or whatnot, or here's the schedule. We really need that information so that, the people that support you can continue to support you. We all believe in the project. That's why we invested in it in the first place. But we just need to know what you're doing here in terms of releasing these, right? So my personal view, I don't think it's devs. I think it is the team doing this. I think it most likely is by smart contract. And if indeed that's the case, and if indeed it's steadily running through all of them, then it's going to be releasing coins from 37 wallets, another 17.5 billion tokens into the supply. Quite a lot. So we would be, roughly, if that was all said and done, nearly 50% of the supply out there, 45%, right? So that kind of looks like that's what's happening. I don't think it's the devs. I don't think that's what's going on. All the indications point to it's the team distributing tokens to the various exchanges, and again, they're in every exchange there is. So that's where I think we're landing with all of this, and I really wish Jasmy, the team, would comment on it. That's kind of where we're at in this whole thing. Is that if you want investors to keep investing, then you need to let them know what's going on and what the plan is. So you don't have people that are losing a large investment because it continues to be diluted with more and more supply. All right. So hopefully that makes some sense. I'll be wrapping all this up with some final thoughts here in a minute. All right. Here at the Keeping It Real Finance channel, we need your support. All of the content on this channel is entirely organic, meaning we did the video on a topic that we simply like, or we did it because of a request from one of you, our viewers. So that being said, if you enjoyed today's video and would like to support the channel, there are multiple ways you can do that to help us to continue to create and level up our content. Our affiliate links will be available in the video description to cover platforms we endorse and use ourselves. Support the channel today and earn sign-up bonuses along the way. We also have a merch shop available with links below the video or directly by visiting KIRfinance.myspreadshop.com, where we offer tons of great designs and product options. We've got everyone in the family covered. Help support us by picking up merch and sharing your photo on social media. We may even send you an NFT. Speaking of NFTs, at OpenSea.io we have our NFT series, The Liberty or Death Crossroads, available now. Pick one up today and enjoy special upcoming perks and exclusive content with our planned upcoming courses, Patreon, and Discord group. If you're a reader and simply looking to step up your game in personal finance, I also wrote a book in 2015 titled Driving Through Potholes, Financial Strategy and Life Lessons for Those Looking to Rediscover the American Dream. The book is available now at Amazon in Kindle and paperback. And lastly, if you'd simply like one-on-one consulting, feel free to reach out anytime at keepingitrealsince1982@gmail.com. We greatly appreciate your support today, and now let's get back to the video. All right, so for some final thoughts today based on what we learned through looking at those transactions in Etherscan. By all accounts, it looks like all of this is happening through smart contract, essentially. It looks like it is just releasing more and more supply over time. How much more supply is going to be released? Well, we have another 17.5 billion tokens in 37 wallets that theoretically could come out unless the team at Jasmy comes out and says, actually, that's not the case. Or if they come out and they say, hey, here's the schedule, right? So we don't have that information. We need that information as investors. Especially as a retail investor may sink, $100 in a month ago, and today it's worth $10 because you keep adding more tokens to the circulating supply. Now, as I said earlier, my personal view is I think the more tokens that are out there of the supply, the better. That's a good thing, right? We really just need to know what the schedule is here. What's the plan? So I am sincerely petitioning Jasmy to do a post on this, whether it be Medium, some other place, Twitter, whatever. Tell your investors what the plan is here for the release schedule, okay? That being said, Jasmy as a project, obviously I'm still bullish on it. But that being said, if we're going to be releasing another 17.5 billion tokens, 35%, that's what's in all those wallets. I don't know if I'll be sinking in a large amount of money at any point, especially if it's just going to keep on trending down. Like I mentioned, this could be like, the next BTT where all of a sudden, it's a 0.0001, right? Part of this could be, I've seen them say, well, they're doing it to attract institutional investors. There may be some truth in that. They could be also doing it to attract even more retail investors. Remember that Jasmy is on just about every exchange you could think of. I think with the exception of Voyager, I don't think they're on there, but they're basically everywhere else, right? And they could be following sort of the SHIB playbook. So I've talked about this in other videos that, this is one of those things that SHIB really figured out and did very well, that took them all the way into the top 10, was the SHIB supply is so large, there are so many zeros in it, that essentially it doesn't really matter where it's at, it always looks cheap. That way, everybody says, hey, look, I can get a whole ton of SHIB and I can hold on to it. What if it goes to $1, right? So, Jasmy may be doing a little bit of this where they're saying, hey, we're putting more and more out there, the price may go down a little bit, and then we'll build it up from there. And that could be exactly what they're doing. So I think for all of us looking at Jasmy right now, obviously all of us are still very early in this. Really, the bottom line is we just need some insight from the team at Jasmy if indeed that's what's going on here. Is this smart contract just steadily unloading all these 1% wallets? And is it going to keep on doing that until they're gone? Or is it only going to do it for 3 of them, 5 of them, 10 of them, 20 of them? We don't really know. We're kind of guessing, right? The rumor of it, well, it's just the developers selling. Is that true? I don't know. It doesn't really appear to be the case with what I found in today's video. Today's video makes it look more like this is the team at Jasmy selling it. And that kind of makes sense because number one, they've been real quiet on this. And number two, why anybody would sell large amounts of the coin when the price is so low tells me that you got the coin for free, which means it's probably the team, right? So that being said, hopefully we get some information in the very near future. I did tag Hera in that post, and as of this recording, he has not yet responded. So hopefully Jasmy talks about this in an AMA. If they do, and I have not heard it, by all means, tag me in a post so I can see that on CT. Definitely want to know, stay in the loop on this one, because I still think Jasmy is a very bullish project with a lot of bullish news. We just need to know what's going on, right? So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget that I'm also on Twitter at KIR Finance, where you can find me tweeting and retweeting on a regular basis. Check me out there. And lastly, for a friendly reminder, this is Jesse with Keeping It Real Finance, the channel that always has your back, tells it like it is, and I will see you on the next one. Later.